Welcome to the webinar for the AEDY application renewal. The website to find the AEDY application is www.leaderservices.com/AEDY. Once you're at the website, you can enter your username and password. If you have forgotten your password, there is a link next to the login button that you can click to get your information. And once you have that, enter in the username and password and click Login. This first screen that you will come to, you can see any prior applications that you have within the system, and they can be accessed by clicking the View Application link. But for today, we're going to click the Click Here button next to Renew Your Application. Once clicked, you will be sent to the online application menu. On this screen, it's broken into two different areas. The top area, you can access the contact information and the program sites. The bottom area, there's a drop down that at this point has nothing in it, but once you have chosen a program site, it will appear here. And underneath that, there is a Submit Application to PDE button, as well as a Create Application PDF. So we're going to start off with the contact information. I'm going to click Go to Next Section. This is the EL Teacher section. I'm going to add an EL teacher. Save information, and we'll go back to the grid. I just want to point out here, all areas for teachers and staff, including counseling and EL teachers, they need a PPID or a licensing number. In the case of counseling staff, which I'll show you here, it's asking for a PPID or license number. And they also all need the background checks and professional development information entered. Screen. I'm going to click the Edit Section button. So first off on this screen, the first information that you will enter is primary contact, first name, last name, staff member's position. You can also select a school building. If no buildings are showing up in this drop-down, there's a link to the left of the school building label where you can add school buildings. Enter in a phone number, an extension if there is one, and an email address. Below that is the secondary contact. This is not required, unlike the primary contact information. So if you have secondary contact information, you can enter it here. Below that is the superintendent/CEO information. Enter a phone number, an extension, if there is one, an email address, and there is some text to read, as well as an affirmation that you must click. Below that is a new section called Training Coordinator. This is a required section. Staff member's position, an address, phone number, an extension if there is one, and an email address. The next area is the complaint process area. There's some language to read, as well as 2 links to education.pa.gov. By clicking a link, it will open up in another tab. So you can access it that way, as well as an affirmation for complaint process that must be checked. The next section is a upload area, and throughout the system there are multiple places where you will have to upload documents. They can be Word documents or PDFs and Excel files. So in this section is asking you to upload a copy of local level complaint resolution process. To do that, click the Choose File button. Navigate your system to the file. There's a box that you can put a description or name of the file being uploaded, but that is not required. And once that's entered, there's an upload button. Click that. And your file has been uploaded to the system. You can access the file by clicking the link if you need to. The system will also know who uploaded it and what time it was uploaded. If you need to delete the uploaded document, there is a button here that you can click to delete it. Below that, there are a few affirmations, and then another area to upload information on how the complaint process will be provided to students, parents, guardians, organizations. In this case, if you do not have a upload to choose to upload into the system, there's a text box where you can put information, where you will provide information on how the complaint process will be provided to students, parents, guardians, organizations. Next section is English learners. There's some information to read, as well as another link to a PDE website. There's an area for you to upload an EL service plan. I'll do that now. Below that, the next area is students returning from mental health or residential placement. There's information to read as well as an affirmation. And below that, the special education section. Within that, there are links to patent websites that you can access by clicking the links. For manifestation determination, it's highlighted. And there are 3 affirmations below that. On the bottom of the page, there is a timer I want to point out that right now says 38 minutes. As the system is open and being used, the timer will count down, but it will get refreshed to 40 minutes by clicking any button or any link. If nothing has been clicked for 38 minutes, a warning window will appear on the screen alerting you that you have 2 minutes left to save your information, or you'll be logged out of the system. So if you're going to be leaving your desk or taking a phone call, make sure that you click a save button or click a link so the information will be saved. Also, there is a flyout menu on the left where you can navigate to different areas of the application. That can be pinned to your screen or not. On the bottom footer of the website, there are 2 email addresses. One is for content support, that is ra-edy@pa.gov, and for technical support, aedy@leaderservices.com. 3 buttons are save and stay, save and return to index, and save and go to next section. So I'm going to click save and return to index. So the next section I'm going to go into is program sites. Now, if you are in a school district that has an in-house program, you're going to click here to find your program. So here is the demo one, and to select it, click the select this link, and your program has been pulled into the system. So the first thing you will need to do now is to edit your program information. On this screen, you will have to enter in your address, city, and zip code, and check all of the programs, or check all the grades that your program serves. Program capacity, number of contracted slots for your LEA, program contact, contact phone, and contact email address. Once that information is entered, you can save site information by clicking the Save Site Information button. Next, you will go into the Edit Application Details. And this is broken into different areas. So the first area is Partnerships. So we're going to select the Select link under the Action heading. There's a button here to add a partnership. We're going to click that. We'll enter in the partner and the services offered. Once that's entered, we'll hit the Save Partnership button. And now that shows up in the grid. You can edit the information by clicking the Edit link, or if you need to delete it, you can click the Delete link. You can access the different areas of the details by using the flyout menu, and you can bounce around from one area to the other. So do not feel that you have to do it in order. If more than one person is working on the application, please make sure that you're not working in the same section, because whoever saves the page last, it's their information that will be saved. So we're going to click the Go to Next section link. And this is the license section. We'll click the Here button to add a license. Put the license name in here. And click Save License. Now that appears in the grid. We're going to go to the next section. This is the Program Design section. It's broken up in different parts. The first part is Limited Expectations. There's information to read. There is an area to request for exception. If you do a request for exception, there's a box to explain in detail the rationale for the request below. There's an affirmation to click. You'll enter your hours of operation. Your days of operation. And at this point, you can save, or you can continue working. I'm going to save and stay. There's an area to upload your school calendar. Next area is behavior management program. And it asks, do you utilize a certified behavior management program? If so, what is the name of the program? And the date the training was held. Does your program use restraints? If so, please provide a copy of your program's restraint policy. That is done right here in this upload area. So we're going to choose a file. And upload it. Now it appears in the grid. Next area is consultation. There's an affirmation. Below that is resources, where you will provide a list of available resources in your community and school for review by PD staff. And finally, an upload student parent handbook area. So I'm going to save and go to next section. This section is program academics. There are some affirmations to check under academic instruction. Next, you will check next to the indicators, the academic measures indicators. There's also a feature where you can add other if they don't appear above. Academic assessment, a text box for you to enter information. Delivery, you will select the method, mode of instructional delivery. Counseling, programs must include 2.5 hours of counseling for each student placed in the AEDY program. Enter that in this box. Do you offer individual counseling? Yes or no. Type of counseling. There's also an other for that. An electives affirmation. And if necessary, upload the course catalog of electives here. And finally, down here, you will add your academic schedule. You'll select the program. So we'll select health or life skills, what day it's offered. And right here, you will only see the days that you've selected previously. Start time. End time. And to save that information, click Save Academic Schedule. You will remain on this screen so you can add other ones. And once you've added them all, you can click here to return to the program academics page. And everything you've entered shows up below in a grid, and you can edit the information or delete the information. And the hours per year must add up to 990, excuse me. And once that is done, you can click Save and Stay or Save and go to next section. The next section is administrative staff. Click the Here button to add a staff member. Enter in the PPID, staff's last name, first name, job title, check for certification, check for license. If they have a teacher certification, select that from the drop-down. License area type, and click Save Information. You can save on the screen. If you have multiple ones, you can continue adding them. And once you are done, click the Here button to return to the staff page, and you will see them all appear on the grid. You can edit the information you just entered by clicking the Edit link, or now you have to go into the background checks section. In this section, you must enter in 3 dates: the date of PA criminal clearance, background clearance, date of PA child abuse clearance, and date of FBI background check. And save in the information. And there you can enter the professional development area. And in here, you can add the date of the mandated Reporter Act 126. Just enter in a date and click the Save button next to the field. The date of behavior management training. Now this already had a date appearing because you have entered it previously on another screen. You can add a training topic by clicking the Here button. And save that information. And there's also an area to upload certificates / behavior management techniques. And this works the same way as all previously other uploads. And once it's uploaded, it'll show in the grid below. There's also a link for experience. And to add an experience, click here. There are two fields, experience in the operation of such a program, and experience with grade level and type of student served. Click the Save Experience button. Now that information is saved. So we'll move on to the next section. This is outside contracted staff. This works the same way as the administrative staff. The next section is regular education teacher, and then special education teacher, and counselor. And the next section is positive behavioral supports. The first area is behavioral supports. Text can go in there. And following that, there are a couple uploads. An upload sample behavior support plan. You do not have to upload that if you are using the patent annotated positive behavior support plan. Clicking this checkbox means you do not have to upload a document. Same thing for the upload sample behavior monitoring checklist. Choose the file. And click Upload. And now that appears in the grid. Next area is evidence-based behavior management. There's an affirmation to check once that has been read. And evidence-based tiered prevention and intervention non-exclusionary behavior framework. The next area has two uploads. Upload a copy of data reporting process and platform, and upload a copy of evaluation plan. I'm going to do that now. And finally, an affirmation for stakeholder engagement. And there's also a drop-down for programs being implemented, PBIS or other. I'm going to save and go to the next section. This next section is program formal periodic review and 45-day presumptive exit date. At the top there is documentation review documentation field. We can enter in text. And it's also asking you for a copy of your formal periodic review. There is an area that you can check if you use the PDE model. If you do that, you do not need to upload. And also a review team upload. And same with this, if you use the PDE model, you do not need to upload a document. This section is transition, and the only thing asking for you to do here is to upload a sample transition plan. And there, it's added to the grid. We'll go to the next section. This is program evaluation data. Here you will upload program evaluation. And there's an affirmation for data collection, as well as a link to www.safeschools.pa.gov, and that is where annual reports can be entered online. And the final section is other names / locations. So once all the areas have been entered in your program details, we can go back to the online application menu, and now your site appears in the drop-down. And you can submit the application to PDE by clicking the Submit button below the drop-down. Now in this case, a screen has appeared alerting you to different information that has not been entered. So the first one is contact information. Special education requirements affirmation is not checked. So we will go to that and check that. Program design and resources is blank. And it's telling us program academics, counseling hours have not been met, program hours not met, academic instruction items is not checked, academic assessment is blank. So we will go there. You will now submit the application to PDE by clicking the Submit Application to PDE button. And at this point, an email is being sent to PDE as well as the contact information that you've entered previously. PDE will be in contact with you to let you know that the application has been approved, or if additional information needs to be entered into the application. Thank you very much for listening to the webinar. Have a nice day.